As we're underway in Week 13. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
86.
It's a big conversion there for the Rams on 3rd down. And even 50 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Akers. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football.
25-yard line.
We started taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma go out for the safe point.
Kill. Alert 3. Showing it.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, Jones. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
The 44-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Jones. Pass incomplete. And this one too low.
Intended for Mike Williams. Incomplete. brings up 3rd down and the 11th.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Push him back. Push him back.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Jones now on 3rd down. And there's a quick throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
At the end of the 1st quarter, with the score Rams 7, Ravens nothing.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
86.
It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
1st down, Rams.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
at the 19-yard line.
2nd and 3. And his throw here's incomplete. Brycen Hopkins, the intended
play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Carrier. He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and...
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Rams add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
1 play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Jones hit and the ball's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. There he goes, right side. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
10 at the 33-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jones out to the flat. That's caught. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Here's Jones on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
At the 38-yard line.
Throwing Jones. They set up the screen for Dobbins. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. No street. Mike. It's just me. Mike 41. Mike 41. Here we go, D.
From the gun, Jones. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Watch 89. Watch 89. Right. He's done right.
Operating from the gun, Jones. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first, this one from 38. Tucker's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. 49, check 49, check 49. Shit.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now left side on the swing pass. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Ravens' 18-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Rams are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 4 yards out. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Oh, looking for Andrews. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
At the 39-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down and 4. Jones caught left side, Williams. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Mostert. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now they try the right side here. They juked him. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And he'll give it here to his running back. Muscling free near the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
39-yard line.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. They'll run here with Akers. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Cam Akers, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
42.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 35.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Looking to throw. Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Second and 11 at the 29-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Jones now to throw on third down. Flushed out right. He may try and run for the... And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
The quick slant caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 2 now, second and goal. From the gun, Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Third and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Daniel Jones, his 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. short kick. One of the up middle take it now. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Gets around him. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Los Angeles.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Today's final.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Los Angeles, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, this loss cost.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Damn, Kane, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the bug. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the double. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. You picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you by. Finally starting to realize, never give up and coincide. Can't watch TV, it's all a lot. Tired of trying, go ahead and fly. Everybody want a straight answer, but media keep us blind. A good heart is not hard to find. Why the people try to define infrastructure right? I don't got time, infrastructure right? I don't got time. I could it's all to we're talking about your brother protecting the sons and daughters from political and slaughter.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Never play by the rules, guess I'm paying my dues. They gon' try to intrude, poison the multitude. They be quick to accuse, when you got different views. Just know you gon' pay the price, based off the item you choose. Many ties in the culture, hit you with them K-Ultra. I knew you was a vulture, Holy Ghost speak the ushers. No, I can't trust you. Shock you, then now you fluster. Crashing down, I was cluttered. Doing this so subtle, falling out through the rubble. Remember this and jumping. The middle gotta stay hunting. Why the rush love for nothing? 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 Agitated illusion, only built for confusion. The institution, modern day execution. The solution, maybe that's what I do. Just put it in the music, just put it in the music.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They're searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. You'll burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it out that you desire. No ceiling when silence.
stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding.